Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Xgody portable projector. So this is provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reading it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. Okay, so if we look on the side here, it says it supports 8K decoding, so you can put an 8K source in here and it will downscale it for you. It has a native 1080p resolution, has voice search, and it says diffuse reflection imaging. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but let's get this open. Okay, so it comes with this nice carrying case. That's really convenient if you're taking this somewhere. You'll have the projector and all the cables and everything right there ready to go. Here's some cables. We've got power, HDMI, remote control, and here's an adjustment foot. Pull the projector out. So here's the manual. So you'll probably want to read through this, but I'm going to go over some key points. You want 30 centimeters of spacing around it for ventilation, and that would be about a foot. Here are the specs. So it's 300 ANSI lumens, 1920 by 1080 resolution. You can do that 8K and 4K decoding. For audio, it supports Dolby decoding. The system is Android 9.0. It supports over-the-air upgrading. CPU, GPU is the Amlogic T972 plus the ARM Mali G31 MP2. Here it says DDR flash, and it says 2 gig of RAM, 16 gig ROM. I don't know if that's an actual ROM or if that's like storage. Wi-Fi is dual band 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. So if you have a congested Wi-Fi network, this does support the 5 gigahertz. Has 5.0 Bluetooth, has 2 HDMI in, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 3.5 earphone, and AV in. Here's some environmental specs with the package contents. I've already gone over that. Here's an overview of the projector, shows the ports on it. Navigation buttons are on the top. Here's the guide for that. Here's the remote, pretty standard there. So this is a Bluetooth remote, has infrared or Bluetooth, so you can pair it to the Bluetooth. Here's the pairing method. It says press and hold down the left, right direction buttons at the same time for 3 to 5 seconds until the red light flashes. Open the settings, Bluetooth, and remotes, and click the name of the remote to connect. So this talks about the projector installation. So you can put this in front of a screen, behind a screen, and you can have it sitting on a surface or hang it from a ceiling, and you can adjust that in the settings. Here's a projection size distance reference. You can read through that. Talks about focus, screen adjustment. So I'll be going over a lot of this. You can cast your Android or iOS devices to this, and it also supports DLNA. Here's a maintenance. It has a filter in the back you can clean, and here's the FAQ. So let's take a look at the projector. So we have some protective film here. I'll pull that off. And we do have another layer of plastic there to pull off. So these are the buttons, and they are push buttons. This is very nice looking. Very easy to see too. On the side here, we have the AC in. Here's the focus ring, and here's another piece of plastic. So I'll pull this focus ring out so I can grab the tab. So when you store this away, you'll want to retract that. Here we have infrared receiver, the vent, our HDMI ports, USB ports, the AV in, and headphones. Now this doesn't seem to come with an AV cable. So there's a cable you can get that you would plug in here, and you can hook up legacy devices like legacy video game systems or a VCR or something. And we have infrared in the back also, but this does support the Bluetooth. In the back here we have speakers. Take a look at the bottom. So it has some threading here for a ceiling mount. It also has the leveling foot here. And this is a 1/4-20 thread, so you can mount this on a tripod. It has these rubber feet here also. Take a quick look at the remote. It takes AAA batteries, those installed. It doesn't come with batteries. There we go. And then the power cord will plug in the side here. Okay, so I'm going to get this set up on my screen and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, I have that projector set up. I'll press the power button on it. So as you can see, this runs Android. So this is the Android startup sequence. It says press the left button and the right button for 6 seconds to go into pairing mode. Then press back button or exit to exit. Okay, I think I'm paired. I'll go into settings here. I'll go down to Bluetooth, and we do have the Bluetooth remote paired. So now I don't have to point the remote directly at the projector. So right now I could plug in an HDMI source. I could go to signal source, and I could choose that source, and I could use the projector. But one of the nice things about this projector having Android on it is that it has apps on it already. We have Netflix and YouTube here. But before we get into that, we need to set it up on Wi-Fi. So I'll go into the settings. I'll go to network and internet. I'll choose my Wi-Fi access point. Now I'll enter a password. So I can use the remote to enter the password, but since this is running Android, I can plug a keyboard in and just type it in. Okay, we're connected to the internet. Let's look through the settings. We have accounts and sign in. So here we can log into our Google account. Okay, so I'm signed in. I cut past the sign-in process. Let's go to apps. We can go to see all apps, and here are the apps we have. Go back, we have device preferences. So let's go down here to storage, and it looks like we have 11 gigabytes of space. So you can plug a flash drive in here to access content. We already did Bluetooth and remotes. Here's picture. So here we can change our picture settings, brightness, contrast, things like that. We have signal source, that's for changing between the HDMI sources and AV. We have projection method. So this is going to be if you have the projector in the front or back, and if you have it on a surface or hanging. 4-point keystone. So if we need to do keystone correction, we can do it here. We have screen zoom, so we can zoom this in or out. We'll go to 50%, so if you need to shrink it a little bit, you can do that. So those are the settings. So I'll plug a flash drive in and we'll check out the file browser. So it's showing up here as media. We'll open that up, and here we can see files. So these are photos. So I'll say this projector looks very good. The image is crisp, the colors are good, it's very bright. I don't know if it's coming through in this video, but it looks very good. So we'll exit out of here. So we can also cast to this. So we have iOS cast. I'll tap on that. It says allow cool air mirror to access your photos. I'll allow it. I'll go onto my iPad. I'll pull down the control center. I'll tap on the screen mirroring. It says Bytefly. I'll tap that. And here we see my screen. If I turn it sideways, it will change the orientation. So this will work with YouTube, it'll work with a lot of apps. It won't work with streaming services like Netflix and such due to copyright protection reasons, but this also has the Netflix app on it, so you can just access it directly. And if there's anything you can't do directly on it, you could always plug in a media stick like a Fire TV or a Roku into the HDMI. Since this projector supports 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi, you can swap it over to 5 GHz Wi-Fi if you have congested airwaves and have a better streaming experience from your devices. Then we have this LED control. So the buttons on top of the projector have LEDs around them, and they change color constantly. So if you don't like that, you can turn them off, or you can set them to red, orange, yellow, or green. So I'll cut some video in of me doing that now. So here are the controls. We can turn the light off. We have fully automatic, that's color changing. Then we have red, orange, yellow, and green. So then we have DLNA. So DLNA is a network media standard, so a lot of NAS devices can serve up media with that. Let's see if we hit add. Looks like we have just other apps here. Then we have Google Play. We have lots of apps here. Let's go to Netflix. That's a pretty popular one. I'll enter in my account information. Okay, so here we have Netflix. I can play a movie. Now I have to block this out because I don't have permission to play this. But it's working seamlessly. Now this does have a voice remote, so I can press on the microphone and I can say open Netflix. It says get better control of your voice. I'll hit continue. It says search across all of your TV apps. I'll hit allow. It has some terms and services. I'll hit continue. Say no here. It's opening up YouTube. Oh, it's just a little introductory video. Okay, so hold it down. What time is it?
The time in downtown Houston is 10:10 a.m.
Now, it has the wrong time right now, or it has the wrong area. So I see up here it says city name. I need to enter in my city. What time is it?
It's 10:11 a.m.
Okay, so I have entered my correct city in. Open Netflix.
Results for open Netflix.
Watch Oblivion.
Sure, opening YouTube.
Okay, so it opened that in YouTube and not Netflix. Let me close out of here. Try that again. Open Oblivion on Netflix.
I can't tell if Oblivion is on Netflix, but you can try looking for it directly in the Netflix app.
Okay, so it didn't seem to be able to find it on Netflix. Watch The Hunt for Red October.
Which app do you want to use?
Okay, so this doesn't seem to be as integrated into Netflix. So that's something to consider when you're using the voice capabilities. So this will only search amongst apps that support the voice search. So let's check out YouTube. So I can play a video. So let's go to apps here, and there's a bunch of different apps. We even have Chrome browser, and you can even plug a mouse in here and just use this like a computer. Or if you want a clock, you have that. We have Disney Plus, firmware update, and these are the ones that come with it, but you can download others also. We have music, Prime. So as you can see, taking a projector and putting Android OS on it can give you a really powerful system. So when I'm ready to shut it down, I'll just press the power button on the remote. It says, do you want to shut off? I'll say okay. And it will power off. So that's the Xgody portable projector. I have to say this was a very impressive projector, had good image quality, good brightness, and with that Android system on it, it makes it incredibly robust. So I was saying I was using a keyboard mouse, I had those plugged in, had a little dongle on there, but you could actually connect to this with Bluetooth and use a Bluetooth keyboard mouse also. And if I was doing that more regularly, I would probably connect that up. Now, another thing about this is I was running it the whole time on a portable battery. This is around a 300 watt hour battery, and it was drawing probably under 120 watt. So the cool thing about that is that you could take that battery in this projector and you could go pretty much anywhere and watch a movie. Now, you'll need to get a movie on here, so you could connect a Blu-ray or DVD player, or you could connect this to the Wi-Fi on your phone and stream a movie to it if you have good internet access wherever you're at. But since this uses an LED light, it's very efficient. So on a small battery like that, you can watch a 2-hour movie. And again, that was around a 300 watt hour battery. So if you have a portable power station, you can kind of gauge how long it will run this projector. But this is really a great projector for that, because if you can use the apps on here, like the Netflix and the Prime, then you don't have to plug another device in here and power that and have to deal with that. You can just set this up and use it. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.